Vegas has these Philadelphia Eagles as 1.5 point favorites heading into Sunday's championship matchup with the 49ers at home. Are they right? Or is that faulty to give the Eagles the advantage there? What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back with another news video, and I kid you not, that's my real name. Also, let's do some analysis. So, we're going to look at a couple things across the league, as well as things pertinent to the Eagles and things I found in articles that just ruffled my feathers a little bit the wrong way. So, first I'll start here with was a topic that was in the article that was analyzing the championship games upcoming. Only 4 more teams left in this thing, guys. So we're coming down to the final Sunday before Glendale, Arizona becomes the spot to be for the select 2 teams that make it. Who will they be? I don't have a clue. But look, I'd like to bet on my fucking Eagles. So this topic in one of the paragraphs was the Eagles swagger is back. And they said yes. I agree, but pause. Hold your fucking horses. Let's be honest. Let's be real here. Let's lay everything out here on the line and not mince any words. Those New York Giants, they were overmatched. They were outclassed by a superior opponent. The Eagles had an 8-0 streak to begin the season, lost a game, then went on another 5-game winning streak. Jalen got hurt. That's when our collective play and record slipped. So, when he's been healthy, the arc has been just like this. The play was sublime, and you have nowhere else to look but Sunday. For me, Sunday. It was Saturday for you guys. 38-7. That was a dominating win. But we were just coming out there and playing like we were supposed to the whole entire time. Didn't underestimate them, took them seriously, and threw in, like I said, the strategies and conservative play calling that we had been holding back. Threw that to the wind and played like we were always meant to and were going to play. But we just didn't want to showcase that, especially for a large portion of the year, the latter half of the year, and for a large slate, to give that film to opponents to just game plan, digest, process, ingratiate themselves with, and know these Eagles. Nah, you don't know these Eagles. You know them in modicum. Even if you could speculate, that's what we were trying to do. Film rules all. The eye in the sky doesn't lie, and that's what the coaches are going to trust over their speculations. So we will go into this thing with uninflated egos, and we should remain humble and hungry. We still see ourselves as underdogs, and I think this team is going to go into Sunday feeling like, even though they're at home, even though they had the best record, tied for the best record with the Chiefs in the league, they're going to feel like they are underdogs, that people are still underestimating them. That, I mean, yeah, I get it. He's not playing like a rookie, but that a 23-year-old Brock Purdy, fresh out of Iowa State, can come in and people feel confident in saying that he's going to beat the Eagles. I mean, we're going to get to that later in the week, but I've seen some stuff. And there's some stuff to doubt there. But that was always someone they were supposed to beat. Like the Vikings was a paper tiger. They were a paper tiger. They got beat. They had no defense and were undisciplined. Didn't have enough weapons out there. The talent level was, even as hurt as the Giants were, when they got a semblance of healthiness, they were still better than those Vikings. And that's just a fact. So, this is not to take the 49ers lightly at all. I'm not a fan like that. I'm realistic. And I know the people, those guys, those fellas, those players in that building will not do the same. Up 28-0 going into the half against the Giants, C.J. Gardner-Johnson told these boys, hey, that lead we have, that don't mean, you know what we finna do? We finna go out here and play like we're 0-0 versus these boys. Like we have nothing out there on the board. And yeah, they let them score a touchdown, but for the most part, they went out there and handled business. Shut them down. Dun, 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 dun. Computer had a bug in it all day. But number 2, the 49ers D will be the best one out there come Championship Sunday. This is another tagline in that same article, written by Adam Shine. Respect you, but what you saying? His main highlight was the 49ers have a Pro Bowler at every level. Nick Bosa, who led the league with 18.5 sacks. Fred Warner, middle linebacker, I think he's the best in the game right now. And Hafunga, safety, who reminds you a lot of Palomalu. He timed some blitzes, run blitzes, and pass blitzes, was right in Dak Prescott's face and other players' face as well to make timely tackles. And yeah, they can negate that by changing the snap count, silent count, and what have you. But yeah, I mean that's nice and all, but I didn't see him get his hands on any ball. So I mean that depends on how they played him and how they deployed him, whatever. But yeah, their defense doesn't scare me. It's solid, but this Eagles offense is so amorphous. They look at you and say, "Oh, you guard like this? Well, then I'm going to open your stance up." Like, they have a counter punch for every look you have in your offense, for every look you have in your defense. I said offense, but I meant for your defense, but you know what I mean. So they can play whatever style they need to beat the defense, and that's their true queen move on the chessboard. Their adaptability. We can pass pro and run among the best in the league. I would say interchangeably just as good. And from week to week, we've done that. We're going to go back and look at some of those games leading up to the Super Bowl when we have time. But, yeah, they have talent. True. But I just believe our defense has a superior talent overall. Fred Warner, like I said, he's the best, I believe, middle linebacker in the game. Put him against TJ Edwards, yeah, he's better. But we don't need a Fred Warner at middle linebacker. And TJ Edwards is pretty damn good. Our secondary, better than theirs. Theirs is actually a weakness. We have the number 1 pass defense for a reason. And actually, that's where Dallas targeted them. They weren't doing anything on the ground, but they were vulnerable through the air. Go back and look at the film, folks. Yes, their front is beast, but we practice against a front more deadly than theirs. And yes, they have next to Nick, they have Eric Armstead, tall, talented guy, and also I forget whatever Kinlaw. Yeah, I mean, yeah, those are all talented guys, but I just believe our offensive line negates that. So that would leave it up to their linebackers as well. Can mix them in because I think they run a mix of a 3-4, some just an unbalanced line. But the talent of our offensive line, we can keep them at bay. I mean, I can say that we're gonna. They're not gonna win the battle. At the very least, we neutralize them and just be a more even affair. So they don't scare me. They're formidable. Don't get me wrong. Strong. But yeah, our defense is every bit as good, if not better. We have playmakers in that secondary, like I said. We match up well against their secondary. I mean, yeah. Match up well against their secondary, and our secondary matches up well with their squad. And yeah, it just, I don't think that. I mean, if they was best, because I think our defense is gonna come out here and shock some people with how well we play. We're physical. as well. Because when Dallas came out, they matched the 49ers intensity on defense out there. I was surprised. I knew that they were good, but I didn't know that they were that good. And I think the Eagles can top that and match the intensity and then some, because it's hard to explain. It's a Philly thing. We'll get into it later in the week. Why? Number 3, Vic Fangio being pursued hot and heavy as the next D coordinator. Potentially. If Jonathan Gannon leaves, then we really want to try and have someone in the wings. And it would be great if our consultant this season, Vic Fangio, I don't know if it's Fangio, but if he can step in. Because actually, Jonathan Gannon runs his system. So I'd rather have the master than the student, to be honest. And I'm not going to lie, though. I'm going to amend my tune on Gannon. I still think he doesn't have that aggressiveness in him, like just naturally. But he's willing to try it. He's willing to do it. And the fact that he stepped it up here in the playoffs. Now, I wouldn't even say stepped it up. That's the wrong way to say it. He really exposed himself. Pause. His true identity. It was an anime. You played into my trap card. I was playing this all along. Like, he really was planning to shift it into the playoffs all along. And not to say we fell for it, but I at some point I was like, okay, they're doing this. They're on purpose. They're reserving plays. They're reserving strategies. They don't want to put it out there on film. This is what our real aim is. This is really how we want to play in the playoffs. You can say it's smart, but I just think, I'm like, there's no way people out there don't see through this. But like I said, film rules all, and coaches aren't going to speculate and go on a hypothesis. Just, what they see, which is, ideally, what you'd want to have in the front, but you would want to have in the back. That, people doing the analytics and slicing through film and, just going through that and analyzing all that stuff to give you data, and also the hidden data that, really could come in handy when you go down to analytics-based decisions. We've been some of the best of that in this modern era. So, I'm willing to amend, if Jonathan shows, especially in this game, that, he calls it just like he did the Giants game, I'm going to say, okay, I'll give him a pass on what he done in the regular season. If that's how he wants to play, just vanilla, and then, conserve things for the playoffs. But still, you need to balance it out there, because, if we are losing at some point next season, and then, we need to pull out all stops, and you don't have room to conserve stuff. You don't have to. We had the leeway this year. And even, saying that, it's like, I still would like him to employ some stuff just to, put some cushion there and try to, buoy us enough to win those games. But it worked out this time. But yeah, I think that'd be a great choice to go with. So, all right, number 4, injuries going into this game on Sunday. Monday for me, Sunday for you guys. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo's going to play, so you can scratch him. But Christian McCaffrey, you can see several times in that game, he came out the game. He was having some lower leg issues. Turns out it was a calf bothering him. But, he's a warrior. He's going to fight. He's going to, he's going to play. His backup, I forget his name. He's dealing with a groin issue. He'll most likely play as well. But, a couple of these players, it's late in the season. Everybody's a little hurt, but, they're banged up there. And we'll see how that affects them. And I don't know if Deebo Samuels is fully healthy from that ankle that he suffered 5-6 weeks ago, whatever. Maybe he is mostly healthy now, but A.J. Brown, is he injured? He came up pulling that, he grabbed that hamstring, that late, deep attempt, the second deep attempt, because he had 2 in a row. And Nick Sirianni pulled him, and he was mad because he was like, I'm fine. I can stay in the game. He's like, look at the bigger picture, AJ. We need you potentially for these last 2 games, but for next week, we know we're winning this game. Let's just conserve you. And he was pissed because he only had 3 catches for 22 yards. But that's the fighter. That's the challenger. That's the not diva, the fighter in him wanting to go out there and to battle. But the gladiator in him, it's a better word. But smartly, he was benched. So hopefully that was just him venting his frustration. But I hope he, if he is hurt, that he's able to rehab that, get it to its best ability on Sunday, and try to fight through it and get these 2 weeks off and try to heal through that. But then our last one we're gonna look at here, Avonte Maddox. He might be healthy enough to play. Should he play? My answer: yes. We need all hands on deck. Don't conserve this man, and I have 2 main reasons for this: for him to play this game and then just get some continuity going into the next game. Yeah, there's a potential he could get hurt, but if he's gonna get hurt, it's gonna happen. Don't try to go out there and conserve it. I thought that might have been the frame of thinking with Lane, but I'm like, whatever. Let him go out there and play. Just let him go out there and play. No holds barred. Whatever happens, happens. You have contingencies in place for that. You have contingencies in place. So yeah. But also, if he goes down, that just means Reed Blankenship gets more playing time, and that would help us in the long run. If he's gonna get hurt, I'd rather him get hurt now and then have Reed play, and then him have more snaps and more experience. Even though he's a rookie, just every game counts. You see with Brock Purdy, going into the Super Bowl, that would help tremendously. So yeah, either way, he plays and keeps going. He's got that continuity going into the championship of all championships. And if he goes down, then Reed can step in now and then know that he's going to take the starter reps and get that flow in there. Get continuity with those other guys as well. So those are things that we're looking at today. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow's video gonna dive into some things, man, because the disrespect, man. But hey, I'll take it. We're in a champ game in the NFC. Can't tell us. At least we're not snapping it to a turnover machine and then getting bowled over and then throwing it to our punt returner. That in itself just is a comedy of errors. But hey, that's cry, Cowboys cry. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Your misery. I'll keep that shit company. Let's get up out of here. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like.
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.